Hi, I'm Dave Gardonio. This is Crow Bryggeri that we are standing in right now. It's located in the heart of Oslo, right here. We are a brewery slash pub or brew pub, and we make beer. We make one house beer that we continually have on tap, which is a type of cream ale. We call it the Scream Ale. Something a crow does, maybe it screams. But when we Googled crow together with scream, it came up, do you mean crow scream? So the owner really liked that, so we went with Scream Ale as the name. And that's the only, it's the 4.7% cream ale, this American type of light ale, and that's the only house beer that we continually produce throughout the year. Everything else we bring out as one-offs or seasonal types. And so we rotate through a lot of different beers through a year. Potentially we can get through about 30 recipes. Over there we have our hot water tank. Very easy, just for heating up water for sparging or for sanitizing purposes. We have hot water there. It could also be used for brewing water, for example, if we do a double batch in a day. In the middle section we have on top just a lager tun, so we're straining out the mash there, and it would go from that tank into our far left tank. Can you get that in the shot? Well, that far left tank is actually a triple. You can use it for three purposes. One is for mashing, the other is for boiling, and the third purpose is for whirlpooling. The reason why it handles so much is it's the only tank that we have connected into our bottom tank here, which is actually not a tank, it's actually a heat exchanger. It's actually where most of the heating for our brewing process is going to happen. So we can mash into this far left tank, but the only way we can change the temperature of that mash is to pump it through the heat exchanger and then back into that initial tank. And then once we're done with the mashing, we can pump it up to the lager tun and then clean it out again to then receive the wort once again to then heat it up for boiling. So again, it's going to have to be pumped through our heating calandria at the bottom and then back in to bring it up to boil. And then the last purpose, this whole pumping action of pumping in and out of that tank, there's actually a tangential entry of the pipe into the tank, so it actually creates a very good whirlpool once you're finished with the boiling process. So that's really the workhorse of everything in the brewery, and then a very interesting system, not a very typical brewing system really. There's little joy anymore. I'm a cynical, bitter son of a bitch at this point. And I think the most joy I get sometimes is talking with other brewers about how bitter and cynical we actually are at this point. To that extent, I actually have a blast. And really when I get together with some brewers, it's really fun. You kind of tell war stories and stuff like that. You have good jokes, and there's a lot of inside stuff when it comes to brewing after a while. Yeah, we're going to be doing a distillery project soon with the same parent company here. We're still unsure about the name. Concept is pretty much there, but we'll be opening up in Storgata probably in the fall or the winter, 2014, 2015. We'll be focusing on redistillation of neutral spirits to create Norwegian norsk akevit, following the fun rules that you have to have for Norwegian akevit, as well as gin and probably redistillation to produce vodka as well too. So from those kind of base spirits, we hope to then use that towards creating cocktails for a on-site cocktail bar as well. One of my favorite combinations is beer and a nice whiskey, actually. I'm going to go the complete opposite way. I actually think that's really underrated, is kind of really relaxing with a nice spirits. For me, personally, whiskey. And a beer to match up with that, and then you have a lot of fun combinations depending on the type of whiskey and the type of beer.